like, oh, I like this song. Where'd you hear it from? I feel like I've heard this from somewhere. Oh, at TikTok. And they're like, oh, you listen to TikTok music? Like, yeah.
The new term is coworker music.
Coworker
music is like you're hanging out with your coworker and you give them the aux or whatever, right?
And they play that one song and you Shazam it.
Some fucking Imagine Dragons type shit.
Or Sabrina Carpenter or something like that.
Pop. Whatever's popular in that moment. That
Super
you would,
popular pop.
That you've heard like 1,000 times at a retail store while you're working with them.
Trying to think what I want to do for dinner. I didn't know what we were gonna have, but apparently it's leftover soup from last night. It's
good.
Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of like soup back to back. It's not really my thing. And if it is soup back to back,
I've just had this conversation with my niece.
I just would like more
soup.
I would just like more protein put into it. Like they just kind of whatever like meat or protein is in there. It's just kind of that's it. They don't like re-up on it. So I'm like, that's my favorite part. My mom's meatball soup goes off, and so does little sausage soups. I love that shit. Yep.
What's it called? I told my nieces, I'm like, I hate soup because it's the one fucking food that makes you work. It feels like a chore to eat. Am I wrong?
No. Yeah,
no.
You're wrong.
No.
I think you're wrong.
Yes. Yeah. No. That's why I'm like, yes. I think you are wrong.
What work are you getting from it? Why are you so overworked by soup?
It's not that it's like working. What I'm saying is like it takes forever to fucking eat because it's like either it's way too hot or it gets cold and then you're just like, well, this is gross now.
You're supposed to eat it hot.
Yeah, but that's why, like, as you're eating, it's not like you're gonna fucking shovel it in unless you have like dead, nerve endings in your mouth or whatever. And then you just gotta go slow, and then you're like, fuck me, now I'm just stuck here trying to eat this because I like it, right? It tastes good, but I can't eat it as fast as I would like.
I think my thing is that the flavors are just so distinct that having it back to back is just kind of like, I'm not really down. I don't think it takes more work though. That's a little.
I'm not saying like you're working more. I'm saying it just takes a lot longer to eat than other food, and it just feels like you're stuck at a job, like just sitting around, kind of like doing nothing really, the bare minimum, and then you want to do something because you're that bored, but you can't because you have to be stuck at that pace or whatever, or in this case, like stuck at that job. Like you can't just leave the food either.
I think that's my thing is that when I eat, usually I'm like at my desk or whatever, or if I'm somewhere, something's happening that like if I'm at home and I'm having dinner and we have soup, if it's too hot, then that beginning portion, I'm usually looking for something to watch, honestly. So I don't even really acknowledge it.
I can't eat soup. I can't eat soup on my desk.
At like your desk, but I mean like it's a family dinner type of thing, Like in my case, it was pozole, and I'm obviously not gonna fucking come and eat alone while my whole family's outside eating together. I'm like, okay, I gotta eat with them.
That I don't mind because then there's other people. That's enough of a distraction. If there's something. That's
I don't know, bro. It's my personal thing.
I was gonna say that's just we're different people. Right. You don't like survival games. I don't mind them. You're more of an instant satisfaction kind of gamer. I'm more of like a I don't mind RPGs, long storylines, that kind of shit. If they're up my alley.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
I had another example, but it's okay.
What?
You like men. I don't.
That's more of like if I said I like soup and you just not even like soup. If you just straight up didn't like a flavor.
That's just saying I like boneless and you like bone in.
That's
we're like different people.
That's just completely.
Yeah. I think that's what we already established. We're very different.
I just mean it enough. We're different people. It is what it is. Move on.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We're here from a friend. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys haven't. Also, click the bell for notifications. And if you're on Spotify, leave a rating. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Actually, we need notifications.
Oh, we're also still spiraling.
Oh, right.
Because we really should have recorded the next day.
I told you guys.
Yeah,
Nah, we're good.
Well, we did it. We
kind of also called it in that video. I don't know if you guys watched it yet.
Yeah, we
I doubt
did.
it.
I watched some of it, but I remember us talking about that. Where you're like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think at the very end, yeah.
Just thought about it. We're like, yeah, if it happens, it happens type of thing. Like we
just got a rocket now.
Yeah.
Rock with it.
What?
Rock with it.
Lean with it.
Rock with it. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I was out in the valley this day. Man, my skin is dry. My fucking eyes are dry. My lips were chapped. It was very windy. It was very, very windy where I was at for my customer.
It's windy out here.
So all that dust and dry air just got into my face, and then I smoked some weed. So I'm just very dehydrated.
Some water, bro. Important.
Ding. Yep.
But anyway, continuing off of that. So for people who haven't caught on already, we were talking about just from last episode. It was a special-ish episode. It was we were just talking about politics. The only real time we would talk about, because it was election day, right? And then now we're just kind of dealing with the aftermath. I think overall, like, just our final thoughts on that, because we don't want to drag it on any further than we have to. It happened. It is what it is for at least us, because we all, at least all of us here, usually vote Democrat, or we lean more towards that side. So we're just kind of like in agreement of it happened. We just gotta stay vigilant as far as like take care of each other type of thing. But hopefully it doesn't go too insane or anything like that. So
yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add? I don't know. I'm just summing up my thoughts, really.
Not really to that. I mean, to be honest, my thing is just more like, yeah, like, like we saw it coming. I didn't think it was gonna be as bad as it was. It was a really bad
I think
yeah, not
I think it could have been. No, I think it could have been way. If it was way more,
it was really bad.
Like a solid 10 mil difference, I would have been like, oh, that's pretty bad. But it was 5, I think. That's still hefty,
something
but
like that. They're still counting votes, but
it doesn't. Yeah.
But again, popular vote does not matter.
I think that it sucks to a certain degree of just, I feel like the future is even more unknown, especially with my family, and we do and have Medicare, Medi-Cal kind of stuff from California, and it's provided from the state, which is provided I think from the government, stuff like that. I think if I remember right. So with that in mind, it's there's talks of that being touched. So there's, my family might be facing immediate issues with whatever might happen in the future. So that I'm worried about. So I guess my thing is, I kind of wish there was a little bit more compassion from my friends that did vote for conservative, because I know that they won't immediately face any kind of adversity to the changes being done. I think everybody's gonna get affected, honestly.
Okay, hold. What do you mean by they're not going to be affected by it as
because they're not worried about what I'm worried about. That's what I mean. And I feel
okay. Oh, you're talking about that, yeah. Because I'm saying I don't think none of that's going to affect me personally, off the bat, right? Like unless your friends are in the fucking $300,000 brackets, then they won't be affected. But everyone else under that is we're all going to be affected equally.
Yeah. I'm talking about my family kind of stuff, just medical care, things that sort, being queer. Okay. I'm not even knowing my safety in that kind of area. My friends that are trans, that kind of stuff. So I feel almost every aspect of my personality or life is kind of being affected by the results. So I would have liked a little bit more compassion from my conservative friends, or like an understanding, because I understand. My thing is okay, we lost, I get it. Fingers crossed that everything ends up good and that it goes the way, and it goes the amazing way that everybody that voted for him it's going to go that way. I hope they're right.
Me too. Genuinely,
I genuinely hope that you guys are right, and I genuinely hope that everything that you guys were consuming and believing from the conservative side actually happens, because then that means we all thrive, and there's going to be there's going to be nothing to worry about too much. Change is going to happen, but it's not going to be anything super, super hardcore. And my mom and I were talking about it, and it was the day after, and I even told her, I was like, but I don't really want to talk about it anymore because I'm all like stressed about it, honestly. And as she was like, yeah, I get it, I'm just gonna say one more thing. Then we had a little like cap off of the conversation, but then after a lull, I was like, but Lord knows, the universe knows, I'm going to be in the first fucking slot of the I told you so line if anything fucked up happens that's affecting everybody on a majority scale, and everybody's be like, I thought it was gonna be like, motherfuckers, we told you so. Really? But that's only if something like that's gonna happen. And I'm not the kind of person that goes up to people or like friends or whatever and tells them like, I fucking told you so. I fucking told you so on that shit. I never do that. That's fucked up. But with this shit, yeah,
I agree. No,
that's
I agree.
that's really fucked up, because it's again directly affecting me in almost every aspect of like possible like word of mouth shit that's going to be happening. So like I'm free falling at this point. That's why I'm like, God, I hope you guys are right.
Free falling. I hope that he's actually Superman and somehow saves everybody.
I hope this parachute works type shit. Oh God, I'm just following it. I'm like, ooh, please open.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
I'm the biggest fucking pessimist, and at least I thought I was. I have a friend who I don't know how, like I so you know how like I'm talking specifically to Steve here. You know how I get pissed off on fucking Valorant, and I get to that point where I'm just like, oh, GG's after like round 3 or whatever. I mean it more as like a joke a lot of the time, right? Obviously, up until like a certain point where I'm just get so fucking fed up where I'm like, fuck this game.
He means it as a joke. Game 1, game 2, and anything past that, he means all of it.
That's me. I won't deny. My friend, he's definitely the type to fucking get depressed, pissed off of just one thing. Like one thing goes wrong, he's fucking done. Like his mental's gone. Yeah. And I was just like, fuck it. I hope I'm really not like this. But anyway, the election happened, and he was just like, fuck, this is really bad. Like we're all screwed and blah blah blah. And you could, everybody else that was in the call you could tell that they were trying to pass it off as like or like they're like, okay, we acknowledge it, but we're just gonna try to keep the vibe work. Right. Just try to keep the vibe up, right? Because we don't want to get into that depressive state. And he just wouldn't let it go, where it got to the point where it was like everybody just went silent because nobody wanted to talk at that point, because again, it was just like very draining for just to be just hearing doom talk.
A lot of people, you guys, a lot of people are genuinely worried for their lives. It's dude, it's crazy. And the sad part, it's kind of valid, dude. It's kind of valid. The track record isn't good. The rumors aren't happy. It ain't looking too good for the future. So people are very, very worried, and I believe rightfully so. But again, I cannot. When I was doom scrolling, like this immediately just getting like all the sad TikToks, I was like, I'm not gonna do this today. Tomorrow I would check back again. And it got better. My TikTok, my FYPs finally kind of got back to normal. There's a blurb every now and then of like, I'm still bummed, and I'm like, okay. Same Mitchell, we gotta keep going.
No, I agree.
So I don't know, man.
Like because I went on TikTok right after the election, and I was just scrolling. It's just a bunch of people, or a bunch of TikToks of people being sad
recording themselves crying.
I saw one of those and I was like, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna scroll past though. I
did too. No, I get, if you're gonna do that, by all means, you know, if that's your thing, sure. If this is your way of doing it so that you can find somebody that's gonna feel it the same way as you, okay, by all means. But you need to understand that you're putting yourself out there like that, and I really hope your comments are closed or your account's private, or you're on like some super niche side of TikTok and you're all your hashtags are like your niche like FYP subcategory community, some shit like that. Because if they find you, people are mad at people like that. Yeah, that's the trippy part for me. I get being like kind of tripped out by it, but I can't remember the last presidency. I'm fairly young, mind you, and I didn't start super caring about politics until recently. Because of Trump for the most part. And I feel like that's when a lot of people started like really paying attention, because they're like, oh my God, we let a reality star run our country. Holy fuck. Great. That's
also when a lot of us became legal to vote, you know, like back in the day, we obviously, like, none of us are old enough. And like I said, I think I mentioned it in the last podcast, politics back then, at least for 2000 to 2012 or whatever, it didn't really like, it wasn't mundane. To this level of crazy.
It was normal, like, oh, you know. So white dude versus white dude, white dude versus white dude, white dude versus white dude, black dude versus white dude, black dude versus white dude.
That was the craziest part. The craziest was
I think
is he really an American citizen? Right. Because he had
Barack Obama.
I think also, like, obviously back then the internet wasn't what it is today, so it obviously plays a big different role. That's a big different factor, like what people think it's like. Like, to be honest, presidential elections have always been they've always been this rowdy, they've always been this crazy, they've always been very controversial on both sides of the field. It's just now there's more people who are woke, and there's more people who are more involved in that world, who expose
just got louder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and the internet's a brighter place, so it's like, you know, you see all the negative before you see any positive behind it. Like, it's gonna happen.
I think because, like you said, because it is because of the internet, but because of the internet, like Richard said, everything is amplified. Yeah. But I think that it's easier to sway people or to influence people, because, man, Elon, you were working that propaganda machine like it was your fucking job, bro, because it is. That shit's crazy.
And it worked.
No, absolutely.
Dude, the amount of conservative advertisements or tweets are just like obviously, like, they have the blue check mark. Obviously, they bought the check mark, but it's some like page that's known for posting, like, it just has a bunch of followers and it's just like a repost machine.
I saw
and the amount of conservative shit that was popping up, I was like, oh,
I would just be scrolling through my shit, and I just randomly, it's obviously you can't avoid ads unless you pay for it, and it's like, fuck that, I ain't paying for Twitter,
ain't doing that.
What's it called? And it's just like, President Trump is saving blah, 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 or whatever the fuck, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, do you see who I follow? I follow fucking AOC, what's it called? Obama's, and all of these other like Democrats. I'm like, you're barking up the wrong person, but
I was very confused.
I was like, fuck it. That's the thing about it, is like, I'm sure it did manage to convince a lot of people, which
100%.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fucking complaining about, saying that it was what is it? Vote interference. And I'm like, in a way, I don't really think it's so much.
It
like
wasn't.
That.
It's just it just shows that people are easily persuaded and influenced. Yeah.
I think that's all that is. I see it too.
Yeah. Elon's a little bitch. I'm just gonna say that.
I agree. Do
you know? I forgot where the fuck it was. I guess he had put out a tweet. It was like some sports shit, stupid petty shit. It's like sports shit that he was at the game, and he tweeted like something about like congratulating somebody or some shit, something that won. And he got like obviously like a good amount of likes. It was like somewhere in the, you know, high numbers or whatever. But another celebrity tweeted basically the same shit, you know, word for word. It was pretty much the same thing. And that celebrity got a lot more impressions and likes and everything. So Elon, fucking petty little shit, decided to call his techs, I don't know what to call them, the people who could basically like code
people who
the
run the
shit.
server.
Yeah. And made it so that his tweets would be a lot more prominent in everybody's feed. And basically, like, you know, if he tweets thing, it's more than likely for sure that it will come up in your FYP. Feed. Yeah. Like, you know, even if you like don't follow him or never liked anything from him, it'll show up no matter what.
I mean, I think with that in mind, that kind of like, I think that's why I'm not surprised when it comes to Elon doing all this shit, or Twitter or X or whatever, doing all this, because it's kind of a no duh kind of outcome, or no shit, you know.
He was gonna do something like that.
No, motherfucker, yeah, because he's a rich white man who is above the 3%. Who
it's part of the 1%.
Bro, literally the top boy. Bro, he would 0.0001
benefit like a motherfucker from this man being president. Why the fuck wouldn't he? That's why I'm not upset with anyone that's like in that bracket that voted for him. I mean, I am in the regard of like, you guys should help out the little people, but also that is someone that is exactly looking out for your best interests. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I agree about.
If it's the margin.
I said it where if he absolutely is looking out or is going to benefit you and your bag,
best interests,
I do not blame you. Yeah. I blame the other 40 to 50% of people who fucking voted for him thinking that they were going to benefit, at least from policy wise standards, or I don't know about ethical beliefs or whatever. But as far as like you getting money from his presidency, I still think you're not going to get shit.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
Economists all over the place are taught, like, they're going on news stations and saying, you guys, the crash that is going to happen, the recession that's going to happen is going to be very fucking hard. And some companies, I don't know if you guys have seen it on Twitter or Insta, it could be, mind you, this could be like propaganda mill at work as it is, or, you know, itself, but whatever. There's reports or like firsthand encounters or whatever of people saying that this some offices are stocking up some supplies and some product because of the tariffs are going to be hitting.
Oh yes, I saw that.
So one example was apparently some office. I wish I remember. I think there was like some warehouse. I guess there's like a floor, and basically the manager had to tell the employees of the floor of the building or company that they weren't going to be getting
bonuses,
holiday bonuses, because the money that would have gone into is not having to go into, you know,
stocking
supplies and stocking.
Yeah,
because the budget just doesn't count. They thought the economy would stay the same, but now that it's different, the books have to change. So that means no holiday bonus. And people were like, I don't understand, what do you mean? And it's because of the tariffs that he's saying is going to be implementing, and that economic experts are saying that if that's what we're saying, if he's saying what he's going to do, then this is what's going to happen.
Yeah. I remember 2020, when COVID hit, it's not exactly the same thing, but when they were basically cutting off shipments from China because people were still thinking, you know, that the virus is traveling from in those shipments or whatever, right? Whatever. The company that I was working for, it was an electronics company, so a lot of the time they would get shipments from China, and it would come in through what's it called, the boats and shit like that. So because of all that, they were not losing inventory, but they couldn't get it. And because they couldn't get their shipments right away,
they were losing money.
They started losing money. So because of that, they started furloughing a lot of employees.
Oh, I forgot. I mean, I'm saying all this. You literally, we've guys, we all hung out during all this. Obviously, we're friends, but during COVID, we were all online for the most part. So yeah, I remember you explaining to us firsthand. I forgot about that.
A lot of people got furloughed. I somehow skipped out on it. What happened?
Dude, you're like the perfect example of like, this man lived through those decisions.
Yeah, basically.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. People are
gonna be fucked a little bit, dude. Yeah.
And, you know, all this shit happens.
Man.
And anyway, what's it called? It sucks because realistically, these companies, I was gonna say these companies don't care about employees like that. They care bottom line, bottom dollar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
Yeah. Hopefully everything that like all this was just to get the really extreme people that were like, or the ones on the fence or whatever. Hopefully all of it was just used to sway people to vote for him and vote for the party. Mm-hmm. And then it's just going to turn around and say, guys, realistically, we want to better our state. That's the whole conservative ideology, is we just want to be better in the most truest of Americans way. Then okay, sure, all right. Land of the brave, home of the free. Sure, I'm down for it. Let's do it. Just don't call me the F slur while I'm walking down the street and tell half of my family they got to go because we got a little extra color on our skins. And if my wrist is bent, don't fuck me up. And we're cool.
I don't know, bro.
And we're cool. You know what I'm saying? So
we'll see. I think I mentioned it at the end of the last podcast, but just in case, I'll say it again. Stay calm. Stay looking out for each other. I think we'll be okay for the most part. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got something less depressing?
We could.
No, here's more depressing, dude.
Oh, sick.
Okay. Yeah.
Megan Fox is pregnant. She announced they announced her pregnancy, I think either last night or 2 nights ago. Machine Gun Kelly, yeah, husband.
What?
Yeah, Megan Fox is married to Machine Gun.
Dude, my brain, my brain was Megan the Stallion for some reason.
First of all, I've never even spoke about her
because I heard her music today, and it was in the car. I was in the car with my dad, and some guy on like a fucking bike just had like speakers playing, and I could hear Megan, and I was like,
"Oh, sick,
Megan the Stallion." And I was just driving, and my dad was like, "Who?" Like, that's Megan the Stallion, Dad. And he was like, "Oh, okay." I'm just like,
oh,
ew.
But okay, so that's why I thought you said Megan the Stallion. I was like, by who? What the fuck?
By on a bike? Do you mean like a sports bike or a chopper type of thing?
You probably had a bicycle and had a big ass speaker.
Oh, like bicycle. Yeah. Okay. I thought you meant like I was imagining some big fucking on a Harley. What's it called? Spike jacket and shit, and it's just blasting like what's that called? Chun-Li or something.
Nicki Minaj, but I was gonna say Sabrina Carpenter would have been.
I'm stupid.
Sabrina Carpenter would have been funnier instead of Meg the Stallion if it was just some burly like Harley driver.
Just listening to Juno.
Please, don't prove I'm right.
Okay. Anyway, she's pregnant.
Yeah,
Megan Fox. I saw her feed, and then I looked at her Insta, and now that's her only picture on there is her pregnancy photos. Very cute.
Very cute.
She found somebody to perpetuate the vampire and her fucking bloodline, dude. That bitch is not human. I'm telling you guys, there's something off about her, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, her thumbs. Anyways,
she's gorgeous.
Anything that's off about her is her thumbs.
She seems like a really nice person too.
You're weird to hold her hand.
I think she's nice. Sure.
Yeah, no, she's had a lot of really good fan interactions. That's why. Then there's the whole other side of it, but that would just piss you guys off.
So skeptic. So I'm just gonna say she's weird, but
she is weird.
That's just me.
I agree. I agree. I'll agree with that one. She is weird. She is weird.
Yeah, but she's still hot except for the thumbs.
Your thumbs look like sausages.
Do you guys what
COVID rules?
What celebrity do you guys think you would be the most like? I guess chill. I guess. Which one do you think you can truthfully like just go to a bar or have like a chill hangout or sesh or whatever?
I don't get starstruck like that, so I think anybody, to be honest.
But like I'm talking about like somebody that you would have a good time with, like even it like with the mindset of anybody. Okay, but who do you think would be the best like
we've had this
time? You know,
I don't know.
We had a conversation some similar of like what celebrity would you want to have a drink with?
Yeah.
But that's assuming like right that you're just gonna be asking them a lot of questions. I guess what you're assuming is more like Y'all just
Who do you
chilling.
think you would have the most equal footing of just like, hey, what's up, shooting the shit, you know, like
yeah.
something like that. I don't think I can think of anyone, honestly. I feel like I cannot have a good enough time with somebody that's just so far disconnected from my life without it being like,
Ooh,
like
you know
a mismatch almost.
I think I don't know. This is the first because I don't know many celebrities like that anymore. I'm super brain rotted on the fucking internet. So I was like just thinking streamers and shit.
Oh,
But the one celebrity that I just randomly thought of, and I'm like, yeah, he seems cool, and I think we could just like go back and forth in conversation. Pedro Pascal.
okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
I think
Maybe.
he's just
He seems chill.
Yeah,
He seems
I
chill.
think a lot of people are
He's
I'm
chill.
sure more of them.
very cute.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them are very chill. Obviously he's just very internet based. Like,
we have the same birthday. I just thought of that.
ew,
What?
shut up.
Well, the only reason I know this is because I was like, do you guys ever look up your birthday and you're just like, oh, I wonder who I share a birthday with as far as celebrity goes?
yeah, my birthday's National Video Game Day, or just International Video Game Day, apparently, or something like that. Yep.
I was like a lot younger when I did this, but I remember specifically being like, looking it up and not knowing anybody, and I was just like,
I like how your question was, who do you share your birthday with? And then he was like, yeah, National Video Game Day. I was like, that wasn't the
That's
question.
all I remember. I don't know. I can't remember any celebrity except for a holiday, quote unquote holiday. You know.
And then I what's it called? I followed Pedro on Instagram because the Mandalorian and obviously The Last of Us and all that shit, right? And
First
then on my
basis.
birthday, he had posted a birthday post too, and I was just like, oh shit.
Oh,
Wait.
cool.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I said he's
Richard, yeah, he's parasocial.
Basis. Crazy. They're already that close.
Yes, sir.
I know you would chill with him like that.
That's my cousin.
And even Mexican. I was like, wait, he's not Mexican.
No,
I feel like when it comes to streamers, that's like super easy. I don't know. I
think it's different. I think streamers are very different because they're still very on earth with us. I feel like artists
they're
and
very niche celebrity. That's what it is.
I feel
the only people to like, I think that would actually are like celebrity status are like Pokemon, and I don't even know who else. To be honest, maybe Kai. Yeah,
Ninja, maybe. He fell off,
bro. He fell off.
Yeah, I know, but like, I think there's still like that level of like fame. Like if somebody were to see him, I feel like there's a good chance of him being recognized. You know, that's how I kind of see it.
But like, top tier would be like, like Kai and Pokey.
Yeah, Speed
is another one.
Maybe Jason.
Well, that's more Rant. That's more now. That's just that's more now. Like we're talking about like the overall concept of like streaming.
Yeah.
Shroud.
You have to be in the know to know.
Shroud's weird.
It's like I feel like everybody knows who he is. That's like one of those OG, like the internet.
He's very in one space, one lane.
I was like, you only know
What do you guys think is more popular? Wait, maybe we could Google it. I don't want to Google it.
We'll look it up after we.
I was gonna say Markiplier and Shroud. I feel like Markiplier is more
Markiplier.
famous.
He's a YouTuber.
Who's more famous than Markiplier?
PewDiePie.
Dudes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, by like a lot. Not only on top of his scandals that made people want to look him up, but him being as popular as he is.
I feel like Markiplier is still more popular than PewDiePie right now.
I think they're in the same. They're in the same wave.
I haven't seen anything from Mark.
I feel like
watching a lot of Pewds.
I feel like Pewds is just very in his world, his family, and he shares what he wants, you know, with like the rest of the world.
Well, he didn't completely stop, but he's slowed down because of his kid. That's it.
Bjorn.
I
always like watching photos of like just him showing more of him. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. I used to watch you like do stupid you used to own the Club Penguin office.
Yeah, I follow Marcia. And I like watching her post because it's very family oriented and I just like seeing them having a good time.
Yeah, they're both very raw. Yeah. Like they're both very raw like images and like photos or videos that they post.
What are you looking up exactly?
If Markiplier's
the Markiplier and PewDiePie thing. PewDiePie has 111 million. That's angel numbers.
It's so gross, dude.
Yeah, there you go. So he has 111 million subscribers. Markiplier has 36 million video views. PewDiePie has 29.3 billion, and Markiplier has over 7 billion. So yeah,
He was just popular.
he is popular.
Mhm.
I just didn't know if his popularity would carry still to
Oh yeah,
into today.
Bro, he just had a
But
I think
controversy.
yeah. I think it's very different.
the the painting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was controversial about that? I saw the post. I
So-
watched the video, but
The whole thing is that he took a challenge or whatever where he
Right.
just started learning how to paint draw every day.
he practiced painting every single day
Yeah,
or
and
drawing.
he sucked at the beginning, obviously, as everybody does, but he kept going, and now he's like, his art is really fucking good, and a lot of like artists on the internet and shit are basically like, well, yeah, if you're a millionaire and you have all this time and blah blah blah, you're obviously gonna be really good at it, like after I think a year or something like that.
I see.
And it's like, and
I've
a
seen
bunch
those
of them
comments.
are saying
I
like,
didn't know that was the controversy.
well,
or
because like a
whatever.
bunch of
I
them are
see.
saying that they're disheartened and that
They're saying he
what's
like
it
paid
called?
to win.
that they don't want to do it anymore because they're like, what's the point of like if I'm not gonna be as talented as that or whatever.
That,
the fuck. And I'm
that's
like,
so
that
much,
is
dude.
not-
That's so much envy. There's like so much envy
I
in
was
that
like,
topic, and so much
Guys,
like
crazy.
that's
I
like
feel
you're a hater.
I'm sitting at like the desk and like I'm having the people come into my office and then like complain office type of vibe.
Mhm.
And I just imagine them saying all this to me and I'm just like, ew, shut up. You guys are really embarrassing yourself right now in public out loud. That's kind of crazy. Everybody's journey's different. Just because some guy's a bit better at it and he has a lot of free time doesn't mean that you're not going to be. I can guarantee if anyone that has like little to no artistic ability in the beginning practices every single day, whenever they can, and for 100 days or a year, I can guarantee you're going to see some significant difference. There's no way.
I mean, that's any skill trait.
Right.
Yeah, dude, that's just practicing. You are actually committing to something like that. Like when people, I don't know, to me, actually committing to something when you really like mean it, I wouldn't like, I'd make time for this because it's important, but video game time would be cut. Dicking around, not doing anything like for hours, that's cut. Like I'm going to be putting my energy to that because why the fuck wouldn't you? You're making that important decision to put that kind of like just the thought in action.
It's also funny to hear people say like, "Oh, he has free time." I'm like, he still works. Like,
yeah, dude,
he's still working.
He's a dad, and I'm pretty sure he does other shit that involves income.
He
that
owns
involves
businesses.
His
yeah,
fucking
he's
attention.
a businessman. Yeah, like, but I'm telling you, like, it's so funny to watch people like complain. Like, yeah, obviously there's more like fortune with him, right? Like. He does have the liberty to take time and do it, and like really, if he wants to dive into a passion, he can do it.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying is that I don't think that average Joe's life is easier than PewDiePie's by any means, but I think that there's two levels of busy.
Yeah,
and just because your busy is different than his busy doesn't mean that
he's less busier.
That doesn't mean that it shouldn't stop you from pursuing a hobby because some very filthy rich white person living his magical life in where does he live? Japan, right?
Japan.
He's in Japan.
Yeah, but he like was some white dude from like what, Sweden or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And he made his business and life and like his entire career off of nerds watching him. Bro, you are different. You are at a loss from the very get-go.
I think
if you're letting this deter you never wanted to do in the first place.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah,
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be so real.
There's
if that's gonna stop you, then don't even get into it. Pick up a different hobby. Read.
Because a lot of them were saying like, bro, why am I going to compete if there's somebody more talented at it and like this
that's everybody's. That's like your whole life
competition.
Right.
What the fuck?
So I was reading the comments and shit like that, and I relate. Obviously, I'm a musician. It's not painting artist, but it's still some form of art, right?
It's art, yeah.
And
are you a bitch, Richard?
No, ain't no bitch.
You bitch made?
No, it makes me laugh because like they're just like, oh, he's so talented, blah blah. I can never reach that level of talent, blah blah. I'm like, I see somebody talented. And that inspires me to just keep going because for me, it's like, fuck, dude, like he's thinking of things that I would never think of. What can I take from it? And I can kind of try to incorporate or, imitate similar-ish, right? So like, I know I've talked about him a lot to you guys, Tame Impala, Kevin Parker. He's, what's it called? one dude who's been making amazing music for fucking years now, and everybody agrees he's insanely talented.
But he wasn't always like that.
Right. Like you listen to his early shit, it was very grimy and shit. And now it's very polished and all this stuff, but it's because hard work, you know?
Dude, there's a kicker in the NFL who like, obviously people are like, there's people who went to like Ivy leagues and people who had money and they went to these great schools with great teams and coaches and training. Mm-hmm. There's this kicker right now. His name's Jake Bates, and he went from fucking selling crack in a corner to playing for the NFL. Like it's like it, like you know, it's like you make something out of life. Like they just like I learned about a player that I've been watching, and I didn't even know this. They shared his story where it's like he basically his parents left him and his siblings up for adoption, and they went to a home, and he had the opportunity to go to a beautiful home, people with money. They couldn't have kids, and then instead of him going with them, he decided to stay another like 5 years in the home, and then let his siblings go with them, and then live a happy life. And now he's a fucking a major star in the NFL. Like he just made it, you know. So it's like people who look at famous people and it's like, I'll never get there. It's like, dude, like if you're that's your comparison, like there's no way you'll ever get there. Like
Hollywood make a movie about this, man.
I think the way I see it too is that if that's your mentality before you even go in,
you never wanted it.
You just don't. You don't.
Or you're in it for the wrong reason.
It's not for you. It's truly not for you. To just move on to something else. Clearly, you want to do something. This isn't it.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, I would say there's still an effort. There's like, I understand people can be like upset about shit and then like want to vent about it, but I don't know, you guys.
But to kill your passion, like that's crazy. Like
kind of gnarly.
That's the weird part about it to me, because I don't know why they see it as competition. It's like, it's like sorry to tell you, to be competition. Like I get it if you're making money off of it and stuff, like you're at that level. But it's not like he's gonna start taking clientele or anything like that.
Yeah,
like,
he's doing it for fun.
Yeah, right. But all I'm saying is, either way, that shouldn't be your driving factor. It shouldn't.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
I think also like what you were saying, or with the like, oh, how am I gonna compete kind of thing? You know, it's like, I don't know, when I'm playing video games and I'm playing like a fighting game or whatever. Especially in the beginning, I'm very much like, oh, these people are better than me. That's cool. Like I'm okay with that mentality. If it's like, this person is obviously better, what can I do to improve? How do I, like, they're playing the same character as me. What can I do to, like, you know, win next time or whatever? But also I think it's just weird to kind of go into something just immediately with like the competition mindset. Like I was playing games with my friends earlier.
People confuse competition with passion.
I think so too. I was playing with my friends earlier. We were playing League of Legends computer game. But my friend is just starting to play it. And man, I'm impatient as shit. It's fucked up. God, it's fucked up. Kind of. I don't know. I feel like I'm willing to help, especially in the beginning, but my expectations for people when I'm introducing them to a game, especially when it's like, you're just doing the exact same thing over and over again, just different. It's just slightly tailored depending on who you're playing against and what you pick. That's like kind of it. If you don't get that shit soon, I don't know, but I was thinking to myself, I feel like I'm way too competitive when it comes to games that I consider myself good at, or at least better than average at. And it's like, I hate losing so fucking much. I'm competitive almost to a fault where I'm just like, I don't want to play with you guys. I just can't do it. I can't handle, like, especially with these games where it's like 30 minutes to 40 minutes. I'm like, dude, that's 30 to 40 minutes of not even getting the dopamine hit of winning a goddamn game that I put time into and like energy and have like this experience, you know? So it's like, fuck, this shit sucks.
I remember trying League. That shit sucked.
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. That's why I never recommend it to anyone unless somebody's like, oh, really? Like, I kind of still want to try. It's like, okay, it's free to play. If you don't like it, you can uninstall it. I played like it ain't gonna cost you a damn thing except for some of your time.
Say like
How
five or
much do you
six
value
games.
that?
5 or 6 games. I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck is happening, and I'm
That was
good.
me with
I
WoW.
don't want to learn.
You didn't even do bad either. I think it was me, you, and Jasmine that were playing.
Was it? Was you
no,
definitely.
Me, you, and I think it was me, you, and Liv. I think you play. I think you.
No, I didn't play with Liv.
Really?
No, the only time I've played with you and Liv was Overwatch. I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it was.
I tried WoW, and I was like, this isn't for me at all.
Same.
I was like, oh hell no.
I don't know. I feel like if you could play Final Fantasy, I think you could play WoW. I just think you
It's
need
just
someone with you doing WoW. I think that's what it's gonna take. I wouldn't do WoW unless it's with someone and I'm financially able to do it.
You know what it is? For those games like WoW and Final Fantasy, it is just so much.
Yeah.
I get so overwhelmed over like, where do I
Final
even
Fantasy's
fucking
fun.
It sucks when, especially if it's in the very beginning and everybody's on it and it's like cool, we're all in the same pace. But then
there's that one person who stays up the extra 4 hours and just fucking grinds out and shits on everybody's progress.
And then that's kind of thrown off. But I wouldn't mind
Happens
that
to me
for the
all the
most
time.
part, if there's still someone with me. But if it's just like what happens with me is I'll play a game and then I'll stop playing, like Genshin Impact, for example. Stop playing that. It's not that it was bad. I just got to the point where I was done with the content and needed something to come out or needed more stuff to come out. By the time I finally went back to it, my friend who I helped catch up to me was way past me, completely separate area, new fucking island, new fucking content, brand new character. I'm like, what level do I gotta be? What I can't level 50. I'm 30 and it takes like a day and a half to, at least for me, to level up one time.
Rip.
I'm not doing that. I don't got the time or energy or drive to do that because I don't really want to play that game. That's why I get wanting to do something new, to circle back to like that kind of vibe of like wanting to do something new and then just kind of being deterred by the progress that other people have made. I think in that regard, I'm doing it with people. And if there's no one else to do that, to have that experience with me, that's on the same footing, I'm so turned off by the possibility of starting something that's going to take up a bunch of my time because I'm already at a handicap. And if there's any kind of competition to it, or like where people can fuck with you or I don't know, some shit like that, even harder, dude, even harder. That's why I never like try to ask new people to play Destiny when I was playing it, because it's like, no, I can't persuade you to do this. The content can be hard. There's PvP. People suck. They're rude. You
know what I want to get, or I think I tried. No, but I talked about it with you, Steve. Wanting to play Sea of Thieves, but
oh yeah, no, we never got around to it.
But we never got around to it. And then I keep seeing all the clips of people just like, you know, they're new to the game and they're just having a fun time. And then there's that one fucking ship of these assholes that have been playing the game since fucking release.
And just straight blow your shit up.
Blow your shit up, take all your shit.
Yeah. Just destroy you. And then you all end up on
hit me with those TikTok audios.
Like, guys, look, my lantern can be green. Oh my God. And
it's like, what's the point, bro?
Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are some people that they will get absolutely railed and destroyed in like whatever content or game or any kind of thing that they're about. But there's those people. There's some people that happens to, and they're just super posy and they still love it, and they're like, fuck it, all right. That's the game.
Those people
blow my mind. Blow my mind.
You just can't take it that serious, dude.
I can't, bro.
Do you consider yourself that kind of person?
Positive, even though like shit's going bad. Yeah.
Hell
no.
Have fun. I don't think you fall down in the dumps like Richard and I have like that time frame. But I think you do get to that point where you're like, this shit sucks. And it's almost like a direct quote from your mouth. Almost. I can't do the Steve voice, but that's almost like I can hear you saying that in my head because you've said it before.
I say this shit sucks when I'm bored. But it doesn't mean that it's not that I'm not having fun. Like, I'll still have fun. I just get bored.
Crash outs happen in all shapes and sizes. Richard's might be sooner, mine's might be louder, and yours might be softer, but they all happen. And with that, you guys, we close out on this year of 2024.
What?
We had a good one. I don't know. I was trying to think.
Oh, fuck.
I was trying to think of the meme. And with that, we close out the season. I think that's how. I think it's
bro,
like
you're so fucking brain rotted. It's that stupid fucking audio of people like doing their like yearly collab, like compilation of like just their year stuff.
Oh.
And it's like an audio that happens at the end of every year.
Bro, you're just as equally brain rotted if you know what it's.
Because I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
I've never seen this. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not out here fucking saying it.
See, that's the difference, though. I don't know. I'm 31.
And the only reason why it like clicks is because someone says it, and I'm like, I know exactly where this is from.
I am so self-aware of my age and how it looks to younger people now. I think that I'd rather just be like vocal and like with the shit that I'm talking about, or if I want to say it, if it's like oh, I like this song. Where'd you hear it from? I feel like I've heard this from somewhere. Oh, that's TikTok. And they're like, oh, you listen to TikTok music? Like, yeah. Stuff.
You know what I heard?
I like stuff that makes me happy, or like, you know, it tickles my interest.
The new term is coworker music. I'm just like
coworker
music. It's like
that's crazy.
It's just pop, basically. It's like whatever plays on the radio.
The top 50, basically, the top 10.
It's like that type of thing where like you're hanging out with your coworker and you give them the aux or whatever, right? And
they play that one song and you Shazam it.
Some fucking Imagine Dragons type shit.
Or Sabrina Carpenter or something like that.
Pop. Whatever's popular in that moment.
Popular pop.
That you've heard like 1,000 times at a retail store while you're working with them.
Radioactive.
That's so funny. Coworker music is crazy.
I was just like, fuck, it's too accurate.
I feel like it's that kind of shit.
Coworker music's crazy.
Yeah.
That's an attack.
I don't have coworkers. I have family. So I never get any music recommendations from anybody in this house.
I don't have coworkers, but because I drive around a lot, obviously that's my job. What's it called? No. I have to put on the radio, or I could put on my phone, but I don't like putting on my phone for all of them because a lot of them don't like to listen to more newer stuff or what I listen to. So a lot of the time I'm just stuck listening to like
is that me? I guess
what's it called? Like 80s type music or 70s. It's cool at the beginning, and then you just hear the same fucking 6 songs from 30 plus years ago, and you're just like, I'm so over this shit. You know how many times I'm fucking over the stupid
DJs?
Now free fall. I used to say it as a meme all the time.
Dude, DJs nowadays are very, very lazy, but the sad part is that the method works because they play the same songs, but because people are tuning in at different times throughout the day, so whoever was there in the morning might not be there during lunch. Whoever was there at lunch might not have been there during closing time. So just play the same song, Stella, and talk, because people love your morning voice.
I used to love Queen. The radios made me hate it, especially fucking We Will Rock You and
I love Queen.
We Are the Champions.
Freddie Mercury. That I think I love Queen like without a doubt because of that Freddie Mercury documentary movie.
It's good.
Man, dude, that shit good cinema, and man, did it hurt. That shit made me cry.
Yeah,
that was a good movie. Good man.
Good movie, good guy.
Man. Yeah.
Great career, great band, but god damn it, I'm over those songs.
I get you. Same.
I'm like, I can't listen to
a bunch of something good can lead to something bad.
Mm-hmm.
So be it.
I feel like you're trying to make a second point and I can't catch on.
Oh no, my point is that Queen is still good, even if you like either way.
Okay.
I feel like I could say I would be a diehard Queen fan. Don't even ask me about
what do people say?
Songs. I think
W song, bro. W mans. All right.
Song.
That's the new thing now.
Maybe
Fire is our generation.
I don't know. Fire? Yeah, that Fire is our generation.
Fire. Yeah,
now W mans is like the new thing.
W mans. I think doing that is a little cringe for me, to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I think it's LOL when we were kids, where people were like, using it vocally or BRB basically. I think
That's
still say
cringe
BRB,
as fuck
honestly.
to me.
Because I think so
I'll
that
say BRB in a voice call, sure, like this. If I were to
Yeah, that's
be like,
fine.
BRB.
Yeah. But like IRL in real life now, that's
no,
like,
yeah, that's
in the
that's
real world, I don't talk
that's
like
why saying people that say W Riz
oh
or,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like in real life, it's crazy.
basically the
Brain rot.
the Twitchification or the streamification or the podcastification of just our generation or like the younger generation because of COVID mixed with like in-person interactions.
I've heard.
So everybody's just basically typing out LOL and
I've
they're saying
heard
it just like
fucking,
that.
bro,
I type out LOL
just
but
in
study reason
passing,
and all that shit.
I've heard kids be like, "Chat, is this real?"
Oh, I do it. Oh my god, I hear that shit all
I
the
hate
time.
you all.
I've heard that shit in passing too. At my gym, fucking the high school kids say that shit. Oh, they'll be like, they'll be like, man, that was such a just to add fucking gym terminology behind it. They'll be like, that was such an L set. I was like,
no, dude, I just can't.
Is this real, chat?
I can't. I just can't, dude. I don't. It's really tough for me to navigate this kind of space sometimes. That kind of like humor because I'm just so.
Just satire. All it is.
Yeah, I know, but my brain just can't. It's something in my brain. It's for sure just some cognitive thing because I get so genuinely frustrated. Like
this is an old person.
Realistically, like upset when I'm just hearing the same phrase being repeated over and over and over again. Oh my god, it just sounds so stupid to me. Oh my god, it sounds so dumb. Like, guys, we're laughing at the same joke, but both of you or all three of you or however many people that are regurgitating the same shit just said it in different tones. That's it. Or
you want to know something funny?
That's it. I don't get it.
The generation before us felt the exact same way about us.
Yes.
It's literally just copy paste the motion of the exact same shit.
I am 100% aware of that because I was friends with those people too. And I think that's why I am the way that I am because I was raised by my folks who were just so like, my dad especially, just so common sense and shit like that. But then the generation below them were the people that I was hanging out with online that I was mostly like friends with and interacting with besides like Jazz and my little group. But they're gone by like 3 or 4. And then the next 5 hours is just me being with a bunch of fucking 20 something year olds, early 30 something year olds talking about how their wives and husbands are cheating and they need to figure out what they're going to do with their bitch ass kid who's talking shit in middle school. And I'm like, that's kind of where I'm at. So it's, the lack of I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know.
It's patience.
I can't do it. I don't even know if it's patience because I'm trying to think how other like it just trips me out that people just don't get bothered by that. I don't know how people don't like pick up on the fact that you heard this exact same thing 10 times today.
You know what it is?
Almost the same people. How does that not bother you?
I think the thing is, at least for me, sure, I'll get bothered. I just don't say anything because I don't care enough to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, it's just a matter of like saying like some shit. Like I'll hear it multiple times. I'm like, okay, like I get it. It was funny. I laughed. Now it's like whatever, right? But I just don't have enough time or energy to give focus to like say anything about it. Like Richard said, like it's not if it's not gonna affect me, then why would I let it affect me? Like I don't care. Like it's not, you know.
Right.
It's like it's so much like I don't care. Like I don't live like in a very
I get you guys. It's more of like a
dismissive.
I just can't if I don't want to put care into it, so I have to just be like I don't care.
Yeah,
because it's just that energy is there's no point in expending it. My thing is I genuinely can't do that. I try to do it and it makes me feel really fucked up. Like not fucked up in like the sense where I'm upset or sad. I just don't feel good. It feels like something's off just in my chest and I'm just like I can't sit right. I don't feel like
you have word vomit or what? Like you feel like you have to say something?
I think it's having that feeling of wanting to say something, but you're like holding yourself back, but it's that genuine sense of like, oh, don't say that because if you do some you're gonna fuck up some shit. Don't do it. Don't say it. So
interesting.
I start saying awkward like shit to people.
I've only ever gotten like that if I get pissed off because of misinformation. if
See, that's the
somebody's
thing is-
doing something
sorry.
that I know for a fact is wrong, and I was just
Mm.
like, bro, like you don't know what you're talking about, and
Right,
I
yes,
need to
yes.
say something.
Yes,
But-
that's kind of that same kind of feeling.
But
Yes.
it's like I get that, but it's like super extreme. Like
yes.
I don't know, I can't get there unless it's like
Eh,
blatantly stupid and you're hurting somebody's perception of
Right.
something, or you're gonna end up causing somebody to do something stupid.
and that's why I said earlier what I said. There, I feel like that is not my my having that feeling in reaction to the shit that we just described. That's not good. So
No.
That's here,
God.
not here.
yeah, no, I know it's not here. I know it's up here. That's what I was saying. There's something off up here. There's a wire that is not supposed to be where it is. But
Plug it back in, bro.
I think the reason why I don't like even bother trying to go deeper into like trying to fix that is because I guess I kind of see it as there are some people that will just react to like with that kind of vibe or feeling or whatever, and they won't even address it. They just operate through life like that. I, on the other hand, am aware of it and question it, and I'm trying to do what I can to kind of like understand it better. But I think I'm doing it the hard way when I could be doing it the easier way.
Yeah.
But I feel like the easier way is going to cost me money and time, and I don't want to put money or time into it. I think.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Finding out what's going on here that's
Oh,
making me react so harshly or so
Yeah.
aggressively.
You also have a very you have an explosive personality.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know why, because it wasn't always like this for sure. It came in during high school. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think something happened. I'm pretty sure it was from high school. I think I was a very like timid person. You would have to have gotten me there. Not to be like, man, I was the quiet one in high school, but when people push me, I fucking push it back. Nothing like that. It was a
I was like,
genuine,
you're the kid digging in his backpack.
No,
like,
fuck no. I was for sure the kid that the bigger kid
Sorry.
that people were like, oh, you're gay, huh? And then
I
we
heard
blew
quiet
for
kid.
it and shit like that.
yeah.
So it was a mixture of the kid that wanted to be liked, but also the kid that was the floater. So I would just kind of like talk to everyone, but I think that was just me being younger and a real people pleaser to the point where I was like, please like me, because if you don't, that means there's something wrong with me.
I think
If there's something wrong with me, what is it? Because I don't know what it is, because you haven't told me.
That's some psychological shit that you.
Those are deep. Those are just deep. Yeah, those are deep. It's just deep veins of roots and stuff and things like that. Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of that. So that's why I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out.
That's why I'm not trying to keep going on this, because I'm like
spending money.
Because I'm like, low key, either of us could give our opinions on this shit, and I don't want to get to the point where we're just like psychoanalyzing each other, and somehow one of us ends up getting
offended,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, leave that to the pros.
Yeah, no, I get you. But yeah, that's why I had that feeling earlier playing with my friends, and I was like, fuck, man, I need to fine tune my perception when I'm playing these games or having like relaxing time, because I'm not so relaxed when I'm mad because we're losing a video game that does no benefit for my life other than give me dopamine and some serotonin when I win.
Yep.
So
anyway,
self-analyze yourself today. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We're gonna head into the ending portion where we do song recommendations and final regards. Steve, take it away.
Short and sweet. I've got nothing.
Cool. Final regards.
Nothing. It's honestly, I feel like okay, just based on like what we talked about, like there really isn't much to like kind of throw anything into it. Just take care of your mental for the most part.
That's good.
Now and then going forward, like if I think it's good to hold a grasp of like what your understandings are, but yeah, it's always good to take care of your mental, and getting out of your comfort zones to figure things out are a key way of like getting out of that funk or that feeling. Like doing shit that makes you uncomfortable is why people do that. It's not to like, it's not to kind of push you to do more. It's to help you kind of teach yourself that it's okay to feel like this. And then when you when you have a way of getting out of that feeling, like that's okay too. Like there's ins and outs of all these routes. Like, but we obviously come from a very dark generation now of like there's just a lot of shit that goes on and a lot of exposure to life and the well-beings of others and what goes on in the world that has probably really no interest to our well-being, because unless we're in that space, I don't think any of that will ever affect us. But for the most part, yeah, I think getting a grasp of yourself and then taking care of your mental in the best way that you think you can is good.
I agree. Good. Nice. Thank you. Richard.
Okay. I have 2 songs. First one.
Songos.
From a band I recommended before. It's called Maria Tambien by Khruangbin. Khruangbin.
Got it.
It's very psych mixed with like some elements of hip hop. And it's mainly just guitar and a little bit of words. Not really. But it's
nice.
a vibe. Just something to listen to on the side.
It's giving Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Game?
The movie.
Oh.
I've never seen
Selma
it.
Hayek.
Have I seen it? I don't think I've seen it.
I think I've heard of it, but I just never seen
Is that
it.
that's a game though too, no? Oh no, I'm thinking Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn's a really good movie. Selma Hayek's so fine in it.
Is that the one where she's naked?
Oh,
That's the one where she's in a bikini.
Yeah.
right. Like
And,
she's
like,
doing like belly dancing type shit.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
stripping for what's this fucking the dude with the fetish? What's his name?
Quentin.
She like
Tarantino.
puts his feet in his face or some shit like that.
Sick.
Like knowing what Quentin Tarantino's into now, watching that movie, it's like Quentin.
Watch any movie with Quentin, and you'll just be like,
are
oh,
perverted, dude.
I don't know.
what?
Reservoir Dogs isn't perverted at all.
Yeah, but like if there's an opportunity for him to sexualize some
That was
like
also his
some
first
feet,
one.
he'll do it.
That was also his first one, and it's not like he's gonna be a
Hey, you
freak.
said any.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You said any.
I said from this on, so
He's mad that he's wrong.
It's fun.
That's a bitter fuck.
Anyway, what the fuck?
What's your second song?
Second song. It's popular. It's Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai. Back in the 90s or early thousands, I can't remember. Great song. Watch the music video. It's so fucking good. Again, this is like all popular shit, but I just got into it. And the music video, it's all practical effects. And I think they only did it in like 3 takes because they had to splice in like a few things, but for the most part, it's edited out to be like one continuous shot.
Cool.
Watch it. It's so good.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yeah.
It's familiar. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And then final
Nice.
remarks. I'll reiterate, just look out for each other. We'll be okay. Hopefully we're proven wrong. Stay comfy. What's it called?
Sweater weather.
We're getting into winter, cold weather, and
I'm still in shorts.
the fuck is
fuck
happening?
was
You having a
that?
seizure? What is happening?
I'm hungry.
Okay, anyway, all right, I'll cut it off there. Then have a good one.
Cool. Hi. I don't think I have any music.
Don't go looking for it. You don't have it, go.
No, I don't. Oh no, I do. Anthems for a 17-year-old girl.
Is that the band or the song?
That's the name of the song.
Google search.
Oh, okay.
Anthems for a 17-year-old girl, and the band is. This was for the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack, but they have their own thing. Broken Social Scene. I didn't know this. Apparently, it is used or to kind of like. It's like one of the trans communities kind of like songs or anthem songs. Apparently, I had no idea.
Does it say I saw a TV? I saw the TV.
What?
Is that the song? Anthems
No.
from a 17-year-old girl, and then it says in
By
parentheses.
Broken
says,
Social Scene.
okay.
By Broken Social
There's a
Scene.
whole different other thing here.
There's a bunch of people that have covered it, I think.
Maybe that's why. I think because there's the one I found says from I saw this.
I saw the TV glow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bunch of different ones. So but it's still good. For the most part. It's a pretty song. It's very repetitive, but I feel like that's kind of its charm. And the reason to kind of, that's the only song I'm going to go with, and that's all my recommendations for the final regards. It's going to be a piggyback off of what they've both said. Check on make sure your friends are cool. You know, people are, like I said, people are genuinely scared about what's going to happen. I think it's best to just kind of help, just distract, have fun, just relax, because it's not going to happen immediately. And I think it's something to worry about at a later date. So try to get as much relaxation as you can, you know, just chill out. And for the latter half, what Steve was saying earlier, people do shit and kind of throw themselves out there because it helps them. And the way I see it is people throw themselves out there because comfortability isn't going to help growth and isn't going to help, you know, promote change. So if you want to see change in yourself or in your life, you got to put in the effort to do that. And just because someone is better at something than you or someone is ahead of you, that shouldn't stop you from trying things out, doing new things, experiencing new things, talking to people, new people. We grow from adversity, and we grow when we're moving and we're not stationary and stagnant. So be the change you want to see in yourself.
There's I just remembered it. It's have you seen the Offline TV's new video?
No.
It's basically they were in Shanghai, China, and it was $100 vacation versus I think $10,000 vacation. Basically, there's two teams. One of them had to had to do $100. They like split between three of them, and they had to, you know, spend a day in China, figure it out, while the other team just lived a life of luxury for a bit. So it was a scene where they FaceTime each other and they're at their hotels. And obviously the rich people have like this amazing place, and the ones that are living off of the more broke one, they have like this tiny place. And they just got so, Yvonne was the one that got really demotivated. Like, and Toast is just like, come on. Like, what did we say? Comparison is the killer of motivation or something like that. Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. It just made me think about it right now. I'm just like, it's so stupid, but it's true. Like, you can't compare everybody's life to yours, especially those you know, in a different time.
Just said comparison is the killer of motivation.
I could have, but I liked the video.
And I wanted to check out the Offline TV video, I guess.
Hey, you do selfless promos for other people too.
True.
Don't yuck his
songs.
It's same shit. It's the media.
That's very different. When we're about to wrap up,
we've all cut each other off before.
Yeah,
let it go.
We all ball.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball. But with that in mind, have a good rest of your guys' day, week, night, whenever you're watching this. And we hope you guys have a good time. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe.
Bye.